Americanpickers host Mike Wolf opens up about grief 6 months after Frank Fritz's passing. Hello everyone. My name is Emma. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Up following the death of former host Frank Fritz on September 30th, 2024. At the age of 60, Americanpickers stars and fans have been in mourning. 6 months after Fritz's untimely death, Mike Wolf, a lifelong friend of Fritz, talked candidly about his sorrow in an interview with the U.S. Sun. In the next season of Americanpickers, Wolf also revealed what he and the show's cast and crew will be doing to remember his friend. On the red carpet for his film debut, Day of Reckoning, Wolf and his girlfriend Letitia Klein spoke to the U.S. Sun. He tells them during their talk that despite his new chances, Americanpickers will not be leaving, and a season is still being filmed through June. But after filming concludes, Wolf won't be back on Americanpickers until January 2026. The discussion shifted to Fritz when he gushed about the show's success. He remarked, "We had the same crew for 13 years. Everyone with whom I collaborated was close to Frank. We never go a day without thinking of him, discussing what he would have done, or discussing what he would have appreciated." He went on, "I've known Frank since 8th grade and we're just really close. I was fortunate to be present when he passed away because he was my niece's godfather." From 2010 to 2020, when Fritz shot his last scenes, he and Wolf co-hosted the program. It was disclosed a year later that Fritz left Americanpickers because of reported conflicts with Wolf, health issues, and substance addiction issues. Fritz had a stroke in 2022, which resulted in additional health issues. He tragically died in 2024, with Wolf by his side. Wolf started crying as he talked about his grief in his subsequent interview with the U.S. Sun. "Because it's new, it's still difficult to discuss, yet occasionally I feel like he said, I'm going to see him. Last week while I was at the airport, someone happened to walk by, and I feel as though I can still call him. It's challenging, but without Frank we wouldn't be where we are now. I put a lot of effort into working with him. We all did." Wolf affirms that the forthcoming season of Americanpickers will pay tribute to Fritz. When asked by the U.S. Sun if Americanpickers honored Fritz, he replied, "Yes, we do. So we've been extremely fortunate. Fans will have to wait for the upcoming season to learn how the program honors Fritz, as Wolf does not disclose anything. It has been 6 months since the devastating loss of Frank Fritz, and now Americanpickers star Mike Wolf is finally opening up about his grief, his memories, and the emotional journey that has changed his life forever. Fans who have followed the highs and lows of the duo's friendship and eventual fallout are now leaning in as Mike lays bare the heartbreak he has carried since Frank's passing. A revelation that has shaken the antique hunting community to its core. In a raw and emotional update, Wolf admitted that the pain hasn't gone away. "Grief is not something you get over. It becomes a part of you," he shared, acknowledging that he still struggles with the absence of his former co-star and longtime friend. For years the two men traveled the backroads of America, digging through barns and attics, chasing history with infectious excitement. The bond they forged was undeniable, even as public spats and health battles later drove them apart. Now Wolf says those quarrels pale in comparison to the weight of loss. "Looking back, you realize how small those fights were compared to the love you had for someone," he admitted. As soon as Wolf's words began to spread online, Americanpickers fans flooded social media with messages of support. Many confessed they were moved to tears, recalling their own favorite Frank and Mike episodes, and how the duo's chemistry brought joy into their living rooms for more than a decade. Some even admitted that hearing Wolf's grief helped them process their own struggles with loss. "Seeing Mike open up like this, it reminds us all that these guys weren't just TV personalities, they were real friends," one fan wrote. Frank Fritz's passing left a hole in the show and in the hearts of millions. Known for his humor, quick wit, and unique eye for collectibles, Fritz wasn't just a sidekick. He was half of the magic that made Pickers a global hit. Now 6 months on, Wolf is determined to honor Frank's legacy not just through the show, but in his own life. He hinted at upcoming projects that may highlight Fritz's contributions, including possible tribute episodes and a look back at their most unforgettable picks together. Of course, their story wasn't without controversy. In recent years, the tension between Wolf and Fritz spilled into the headlines, with fans speculating about feuds, money, and betrayal. Yet Wolf insists that none of that matters anymore. At the end of the day, Frank was my brother, he said, his voice breaking. I'd give anything to walk into one more barn with him. While the show continues with Wolf at the helm, it's impossible to ignore the void left behind. Cast member Danielle Colby recently shared that the crew has felt Frank's absence every step of the way. Still, Wolf hopes that by being honest about his grief, he can help both himself and fans heal. We all have to keep moving forward, he reflected. But I carry Frank with me on every 6 months after Frank Fritz's passing. Mike Wolf has finally broken the silence in a way that's both heartbreaking and healing. His words are a reminder that even the toughest road warriors are not immune to loss, and that the treasures we find along the way aren't always antiques, but the people we share them with. As fans continue to mourn, one thing is certain. The legacy of Frank Fritz lives on, and Mike Wolf's journey through grief has struck a chord with millions who know all too well what it means to lose someone irreplaceable. The big question now is how American Pickers will move forward in the next chapter. But one thing's clear. Frank's memory will forever be part of the story. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, American Pickers 24, and stay with TS.